Don't know what happened there. Hello, friends.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Booked. I'm your host, Saffron Asteria, and I'm joined today by my friend, Sarah R. New. How you doing?
Hello, thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming.
After what's happened.
Yes, the incident. No, it's so nice to have you on.
I'm so glad we can be friends again after all that horrible legal stuff that happened.
Thank you for accepting me back into your life.
Yeah.
I was at a loss. I was walking along beaches, kicking stones and crying into the sea.
Did not know you had beaches in Texas.
We don't. I had to buy bags from the local hardware store. It was just one of those big plastic turtle, like kiddie pools, filled it with sand and rocks and kicked them. I was very sad.
Watching in the background like she's lost her mind.
Anyway, we're here to talk about your latest release, Cat Food, and your work just in general. We have it back here as well. My arm's not long enough to reach it, but I might grab it in a minute. But
you know, according to USPS, the parcel is still bouncing around Texas. It's still being scanned.
I'm glad it's not. And that was a whole fucking ordeal. But anyway, we're here. We also have some friends in the chat, which is really nice. So we have the lovely Tim McKay. He said other things, but that was the most appropriate that I could see. And we also have Ellen Holmes, author of The Floating Castle. I'm sorry, Tim, I forgot to introduce your work, but you've written some wonderful things as well. I will just address this. For some reason, Mike Moldman has said that I am what did he say, a chick magnet or something? Which I don't understand. And I'd love for someone to explain.
Not going to be pleased with that.
Huh?
Your husband won't be pleased with that.
No. We also have Michael Fadney as well. Hello, nice to see you. I mean, I can't see you, but you're there, and that feels nice. But anyway, we're here. It feels weird, like, knowing you so well and having you on the show. I feel like I have to behave myself.
I was immediately got stage fright.
You nearly got stage fright?
Immediately got stage fright. I was like, oh, I don't know what to talk about.
Oh, well, that's my job. So I'm going to ask you some questions. And I'll try not to make them too difficult, if that helps.
Okay, that's good, because you know that I have the brain of a slug.
But the heart of a slug also.
Yes.
And the spirit of a slug.
The body of a slug if it was a human. Like, I am a slug.
That's amazing.
So well.
My dog is called Paisley, and I promise this is relevant. And when she does things, I like change her name. So when she barks, I call her Barksley. When she's acting like a twat, I call her Twatsley. And the other day I called her Slugsley.
Oh,
because she was crawling around on the ground.
My cat, Einstein, I change his name all the time. He's recently lost a lot of weight because he's developed a health issue. But I can feel his spine. It's the first time I've ever felt his spine. We've had him for 9 years. He's always been a bit overweight. I was like, oh, Spinestein. He does not like it. He did not like it. He huffed at me. He walked out of the room. He immediately went to go and eat a load of Dreamies. Like,
oh, I get that. I would also do the same. You could also go with Einstein.
Einstein's good as well.
Yeah. Maybe he'll accept that because it's got the correct beginning.
Possibly. He's quite used to me just adding Stein onto words.
Oh.
So I don't know what it is about this. Maybe he doesn't like the word spine.
Maybe it creeps him out, or maybe he's feeling a bit self-conscious.
Possibly. I've told him that he's beautiful no matter what he looks like. But, and then I immediately called him Spinestein. So
Tim's already given us grief in the chat, by the way.
Oh, for God's sake, Tim.
Feeling like I have to behave myself and actually behaving myself are two separate things, so it's okay. And if anybody wants to make a booked bingo, I'd be curious to see how many times fart's mentioned.
I'm a little bit worried about what's on a bingo card of a podcast of us two.
Well, we'll find out, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a side project for Tim. But anyway, so
whoever gets bingo first, say in the chat.
Yeah, please do. So we're going to talk about cat food. I would like for you to tell us a little bit about what this book is about so that we can dive into it.
So this book, Cat Food, it was very much sort of imagined, like came up with, because people always people seem to separate very much into two camps. They're very much dog people or cat people.
Mhm.
I have always been a cat person. I grew up with cats, and people are very much like, oh, they don't love you. They're emotionless. Like they're just using you, and that isn't true.
Mhm.
I've been very lucky. I've had lots of cats in my life, and they've always been very lovely cats. And I was like, well, they do love you, and I want to represent that. I love them so much. And I think there's this big idea that like dog is man's best friend. And I was like, cats are
Yeah.
like more of a best friend, I would think, in some ways. Because they have to choose to love you, you know, they have to choose to want to be in your presence. I feel like a
Mm.
dog a lot of the time will find you out. A
Mm.
cat will find you out if they really want you.
That's true. And they can be very loyal as well. I think, like, I've had a lot of cats growing up, and sometimes they decide they don't want to live with you, and that's fine. That's happened to me before. I had a cat that kept disappearing, and then it would like come back fatter and fatter, and then one day it just sort of didn't come back, and I thought, oh, he's found a better
Oh.
home. That's fine. But I mean, I've had cats that are horrendously horrible, but largely they're very kind creatures, and they're very intuitive, and you know, when you're having a shit day, they kind of get it. And I mean, so do dogs as well. I think I personally am more of a dog person, but I love cats as well. So I kind of sit in the middle of the camp a little bit. This
I have my cat Phoebe, bless her, she's not like the most affectionate cat.
Mhm.
We've had her now for 9 years.
Oh,
She's
wow.
very she pretends that she doesn't like me, but really she really likes me. She's just like, "Oh, I'm too cool for this." She's not at all. I've been having the last few years, I've had some issues with my heart,
Mhm.
and I keep having, like, they're now looking at diagnosing me with POTS,
Mhm.
and, I was having a very bad time with my heart, like, last year,
Yeah.
and I had one really bad attack, and I remember I couldn't even call out for help. I was just literally like, "I have to get onto the floor right now," and
Mhm.
Phoebe ran in, climbed on me. She doesn't like being touched by people, but she climbed on me, she settled on my chest, and she just stayed there until my heart calmed down, and the second she knew I was okay, she was like, "Get up. Get off the floor now." Like
That's so cute. I'd Animals are just incredible. They're just incredible. They like, I don't think I could have gotten through the pandemic the way that I did if it weren't for my grandma's dog, 'cause I was living with my grandma at the time. Um, they have this, like, if you like animals, obviously, some people don't, and that's fine, but, like, if you like having animals around you, they're just incredible companions, and what you've done in this book is you've created this point of view from the pet, and you're observing domestic abuse in a queer household, which gives us another layer of things to think about. And I just think it's a really interesting take on that lens. In my past, I've had the pleasure of being able to help victims of domestic abuse, and anything that draws attention to the things that realistically do happen behind closed doors every day, in a digestible format such as a work of fiction, I think is incredibly important. And that's why I love this book so much. Like, that's why I'm so glad that you actually did do it and you got it out there, because it's important.
oh, thank you.
You're
It was
welcome.
it was important to me that it was a queer couple,
Mhm.
and particularly that it was, a male queer couple,
Yeah.
um, because, you know, we're living in very polarizing times at the minute. There's much more of a sort of gender divide happening.
Yeah.
What there was what it at least felt like 10, 15 years ago,
Mhm.
and I don't know, I can't really say about the US because obviously I'm not on that continent. In the UK, there's very much been this whole thing like, um, boys have to toughen up and they have to, like,
Mhm.
be manly men, and we can't show emotion. We're having this big, like, resurgence of men sort of retreating. I mean, luckily, there seems to be a bit of a movement where men are sort of banding together to talk about mental health and do
Mhm.
things like to combat the male loneliness epidemic.
Mhm.
But there is still overall society sort of pushes this whole like, and as well with being British, you have the whole stiff upper lip thing.
Yep.
And, you know, what was I talking about? you know, it's so easy to dismiss men as victims, but men can be victims. And it's because we don't think of men as being victims in
Mhm.
situations, especially in violent situations,
Mhm.
especially in domestic situations.
Mhm.
Their stories don't get told, and then that's how men get stuck
Yeah.
in, and they can't get help. They don't feel like they can get help. A
Mhm.
lot of the time, they don't feel like they deserve help. So it was important to me that it was like a gay couple. It's especially with like the football going on. This is like weird timing.
Mm.
That This is the launches. I didn't do it to go out with the World Cup at all, but
Mhm.
I mean, in the UK, like if England play,
Mhm.
domestic violence rates raise significantly. It's something that domestic violence is awful to happen to anyone, obviously, but I think there's more support with leaving and for finding help
Mhm.
women,
Yeah.
particularly because children tend to be more involved
Mhm.
than there is men. I think it's important that we try and help men get
Mhm.
out of situations as well.
Yeah. I mean, I've had family members, like male family members, that have been in like abusive situations with female partners. So I'm interested to know why you specifically chose a queer couple. And I'm hoping this doesn't spoil things too much. But the abuser appears to be significantly at a physical advantage. Was that intentional, or is it just the way that the story played out?
It's kind of like a little bit of both,
Okay.
because I don't think I don't think violence is gendered in
Hmm.
a way, you know. I don't think that it's the more masculine character has to be
Hmm.
the more aggressive one.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't see Elias as a feminine coded character.
Yeah.
I very much see him as another male character. I think in a way to have Tommy as the more brutish character, kind
Mhm.
of, I didn't want to get too much into the human side of it, and I
Yeah.
think it's likely that he could have gone down that route
Hmm.
if it hadn't been so overt, but I think it also
Hmm.
kind of had to happen for the violence that happens to have more of an impact,
Yeah. I see what
um,
you mean, because then you
later
don't have
on
to keep
in the
building that up.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I also felt it was very important to have, Elias be a masculine character who is also very caring,
Yeah.
um, because it's so often portrayed as a feminine trait, and
Hmm.
that's not true at all.
Hmm.
Like,
People
traits like
have
that are
feelings, surprisingly.
yeah, like, this is such a big stereotype that men don't care and men don't parent, like, they're not, like, the default parent and stuff like that, and it's like,
Mm.
that's not true. That's I have a wonderful father, who, like, like, from the we were kids, would immediately he took us out for days out. He
Mhm.
was always trying to, like, educate. It's not a feminine trait to care
Mhm.
about
Yeah.
people or animals.
Well, nor
I mean,
should it be.
the cats are very much his surrogate children.
Yeah.
Um,
That's nice.
I feel bad that I've done it to him, you know, but
But it's okay. Life imitates art and all that. So we also have Josh. Josh has just joined us.
hi, Josh.
That was a really hard sentence to say, by the way. And yes, cat food is fantastic. It's one of those so when we first started talking about this, you build it to me as like a what was it, an extreme horror.
I think I was writing it for an extreme horror call, and I
Mm.
think I said to you at the time, I'm quite uncomfortable with it.
I think it would have had to have been almost an off-putting story for it to have been classed as an extreme horror book. And I think that the way that you completed it, I think, is the best option for telling the story that you want to tell. Because there are so many important messages within the pages that I think that you don't need always need like tremendous amounts of shock value to get people to understand what's going on.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Yeah. I mean,
hope they
there is
come across.
several very gross parts of this book, but don't let that put you off. Like it's.
Ironically, I've had
Sad.
quite a polarized reaction to the book. A lot of people either really, really like it or they can't get past chapter 1.
That's fascinating. What do
And
you
I'm
think that is?
I think because chapter 1, I think because that one revolves around Pina Colada before she meets
Mhm.
Elias. So what happens to her in that chapter, I think, is very hard because, like, she's deliberately written to be a newborn kitten. She's
Yeah,
deliberately written to be a very young representation, and that makes people uncomfortable with what's happened.
yeah.
But my mum has bought all my books, and she's read the first 2, and she said to me, she's like, "I will read it. I have to get first through the first chapter." And I was like, "If you can't get through the first chapter, you will not like the rest of it."
She's gonna struggle.
Yeah, I've told her, I was like, "Please do not worry." I was like, "It's really not worth triggering yourself over a book."
Yeah, it's
Um,
true.
it is, but people sometimes don't listen to me.
You can't control people, and that's probably a good thing. We've just had Steve Stark join the chat as well. Hello.
Everyone's here.
It's because you're a magnet. You're the chick magnet.
I'm the
Because
chick
chicks
magnet.
are friends. You're a friend magnet. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's been really interesting to me as your friend and also a reader of your work, what you're doing, because you have a Mrs. Liberius, which is like gothic horror. You have Hypochondria, which is like basically you pouring your heart out onto the page about health anxiety. And you have Cat Food, which is, you know, as we said just now, like the point of view of cats, and it has a lot of tension in it. It's deeply sad. Like it's really, really sad. And it's just interesting seeing you playing around with these different plot points and these different characteristics of storytelling. Do you think that you're going to keep trying new things as time goes on, or are you finding your niche at the moment?
I do want to return back to more medicalized horror
Mhm,
because, I am a disabled woman,
mhm.
and I am living in the UK, and the NHS is a fantastic institution, but it is also the NHS.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't even think it's necessarily like the concepts and and like the theming. I think all authors tend to have themes that they gravitate towards. I
Yeah.
think I think all creatives do.
Mhm.
Um, Even what I'm working on right now, I was thinking about this the other day because people are like, "How would you describe your work?"
Mhm.
And I've always said it's very much female-led narratives, and I was like, "Oh, but all of my work deals with grief in some
Mhm.
form."
Yeah.
Uh, and even the projects I'm working on now, which I mean you've read a little bit of,
Mhm.
uh, still it all deals with grief, and it's all coming from a place of grief. And I think honestly, I just write to avoid going to therapy. I
That's
should probably just go to therapy, but this is cheaper.
It is much cheaper.
Yeah.
And you can also let real loose and be like, creative direction, not desperately in need of help.
Ironically, the thing that I'm working on right now, I'm writing a film script.
Mhm.
I just finished yesterday the first draft, which is so exciting. And now I have people on my university cohort being like, "You should make that." But that also very much started from a place of grief and
Mm.
has now mutated away from that.
Interesting.
It's like, and I was like, "Oh, that's a really interesting psychological look into my own mind." Like,
Mm.
although ironically, the minute I divorced it from what it was initially inspired from,
Mhm.
weirdly enough, was able to write. I've been struggling since January.
I mean, there's got to be an emotional blocker there for you somewhere, because when things aren't gratifying, it's very hard to complete them. And if you the fact that you've been able to like detach it from its origin probably was very useful for you, because then you haven't got this like weight dragging you down, stopping you from making something worth doing.
I tell you what, I finished it last night. I mean, it's the first draft. Gonna need to have to go back and have a few drafts,
Mhm.
especially because I have no clue how to make a film. But I was. It felt like the situation I was writing about happened 2
Mhm.
years ago,
Yeah.
and I've been trying to write about it since it happened, and
Mhm.
then it finally felt like something unlocked, and I was like, okay, I've dealt with this experience now.
Mm.
I can move on. There's a Dutch artist, a Dutch musician called Jos Stein, and he was the Netherlands' Eurovision entry for 2024.
Okay.
And after he got disqualified, which was a whole thing, I ended up, I know, whole thing. I'm not going into it now because Matt Falcon will fill me in the ether and he'll be like, she's talking shit about the Dutch. I'm not talking shit about the Dutch. I was completely on their side there. But he did this song called Looked Balloon. Where at the end there's a clip that was like, oh, and now finally he can let go of the trauma that's fueled his art from the beginning. And I was like, yeah, that's me. Finally, I can let go of the trauma. Create something else.
Trauma is like deeply rooted in most art that I enjoy, from what I've gathered in my life. And I am finding I don't know if you find the same, but when I feel an injustice, or when I feel let down by a system, or when something like deeply emotionally affects me, I'm like, this has to be a story. Like, there's something in me. Like, I've been having trouble with my womb, for anyone that cares, with my womb and such like. And that has just like spiraled into this really quite aggressive cult horror that I've been sketching out. And I just think it's so satisfying to bring something to a conclusion where you don't have any control.
Hysterically, I mentioned this to the mentor. I have a DSA mentor for my course. Don't know why, because I didn't ask for that. All I asked for was a chair, and they sent me like a printer, and they were like, "Oh, we'll get you assessed for autism." And I was like, "I'm not autistic." They were like, "Yes, you are." Then I
Fucking hell.
I was talking to my mentor about this, and I was like, I just get so frustrated. I have to fix it. And she went, yeah, that's your strong sense of justice. And I was like, I don't have one of those. She's like, you have the strongest sense of justice I have ever seen.
Oh. You're like, basically a superhero.
If only that's why I'm disabled, because I'd be too powerful.
You would be. Yeah.
Just a really pissed off Supergirl. Like
Super Slug.
Super Slug.
There you go. Amazing. I love that. So you've mentioned in previous interviews, and it's also, I think, in the acknowledgements of your book, and also we've talked about it. What?
Because you've been stalking me.
I do. I stalk you. That's what I do in my spare time. I'm like, what's Sarah doing? I know that Andrew Lyle's Toadhead, which for some reason in one show I said that you were releasing Toadhead. It's in my brain.
I wish I released Toadhead.
Which is an incredible.
I should have brought it. But...
it's such a good book. But this brought you out last month with cat food. Could you tell us a bit more about what happened?
That's why it's green, because Toadhead is green.
That's so cute. I love that.
And then I did send Andrew a copy, and he did a very lovely unboxing video for me.
He's a good egg.
He's a really good egg. I feel like every so often I'm like, oh, I'm going to make that person my friend, and then I'm a weirdo. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm autistic.
That's okay. I like it. It means that we got to be friends. I just shook the earth. That was our friendship. But yeah, so tell us a bit more about why Toadhead was such an inspiration for you to finish cat food. I know you said Toad food. This is a sequel.
We're going to collaborate and do Toad food.
I think we really should.
I should really tell Andrew about that before I decide these things.
Anyway,
so I'd been writing cat food for a call, and I was never going to get it done in time. I don't know why I thought I was, because it was literally a month-long call, and I'd found it like 2 weeks before the call ended. Fantastic. But I started writing it, and I was really struggling, and I'm not really a graphic, like, extreme horror person, so I don't know why I thought I could do it. But I was kind of like, oh, I can do anything I want. And so I started writing the book, and it was going terribly, and I hated it. And I was like, you know what, this one, it doesn't have to be a thing. It can just live on the computer. It doesn't have to be a thing. And then Andrew was asking for ARC readers. And I was like, oh, I'll just ARC. I'll read this ARC, you know. And I read it all in one sitting. And then I immediately stopped and I read it again. And as I was reading it the second time, it was putting things together in my mind to fix cat food, and I was like, "Oh my God." I can't even tell you what exactly it was. I was
Mhm.
just like, now it's all working in my head. And and then it ended up being finished, like the first draft ended up being finished in like a week after that because I got
Wow,
into hyper focus. And so it is kind of all Andrew Lyle's fault. Um,
that's cool.
but it's okay because I've forgiven him and you should too.
I have
It's
to.
yeah.
Now we have
And
2 awesome books. We have Toad Food and Cathead.
cat head would be very different. It's just a cat perched on top of your head, like it'd have
There
to be
is
a cat.
have you seen I think it's called a Cat Face. It was like a semi-popular YouTube show. I implore you to
Like
look at
back
it
in the
from
I'm
back
sure
in the
I've
day.
seen it. Like, it was around wasn't it around the time
It's a
Salad
big
Fingers was a
float
big
Yes!
Yes!
Shout
Oh
out to Salad Fingers
oh my god,
for
Salad
shaping
Fingers.
my horror brain.
I do think that was probably my first experience of horror was
True.
Salad Fingers, and,
Salad
like,
Fingers
Don't Hug
is
Me, I'm Scared, but before they made it into the TV show, and
yeah.
Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is fantastic.
I I don't know what that is.
Oh, you would love it.
Would I? Would I
You would.
actually?
I think you would, yeah.
Okay, I'll look it up. Don't tell me anything more.
I don't think I could explain it.
Oh, okay. That's fine. We have Trinity that's just joined us. Hello. This is a great question from Steve Stark. When are we going to be getting a Womble-inspired horror?
We will get a Womble-inspired horror when, it's in the public domain, because I don't want to be sued.
Yeah. Winnie the Pooh is. You could do a
Winnie the Pooh is already being used in horror, though.
It doesn't look very good, though.
I have watched it, it's not very good.
Mm,
No.
yeah.
I think the Wombles I think the last thing they did was in the '90s, so I don't know how that works for and I can't see, them being very happy if I use them, but maybe I'll write something with something like a similar type creature, like a vole or something.
But they could be the saviors.
It could be.
There could be, like, an
I just
underground,
don't see
like
them fighting anyone off because they're too nice.
yeah. I mean, I bet they would, like the borrowers, set traps and such.
And they'd just feel really bad about it afterwards.
Yeah, but, like, they would have saved all the kids or whatever
Yeah,
the
and the
problem was.
traps would all be made out of recycled goods.
Yeah. I like it.
Recycling
Reduce, reuse, justice.
Oh, and they compost the bodies.
Oh, that's nice.
Too
That's
far,
nice.
I might get sued.
Hello, Jose. So there is. Have you seen the Hannibal series?
No.
Okay.
I've seen the memes of it.
Mads
Like,
Mikkelsen. Mads Mikkelsen is fucking
yeah, I
incredible.
mean, as far as I know, the only thing I really know about it is that they're gay.
It's just very good. It's a very good show.
I've heard it's
Eddie,
problem is sometimes I don't want to watch really popular things because I'm like, what if I'm inspired by it and I don't realize I'm inspired, and then
all the time. Yeah.
it's like I still haven't seen because I was writing a vampire thing at the
Mhm.
time. I still haven't seen the TV show of What We Do in the Shadows, and it looks hysterical. But because I was writing a
too.
comedic vampire thing, I was like, I can't do that because what if I write the same joke and I think it's my joke and it's not my joke, you know?
I've seen
And
it so many times. I will vet it for you. You have
and
to
then
watch it, Sarah.
well,
Please.
now the EBU killed my book, so I can watch it now.
You fucking have to, and then
I
you
love
have to
the
send
film.
me memes.
I love the film, like, so
It's as good. It's as good as the film.
okay.
Because
Okay,
I think all of the original cast are, like, involved in the writing and stuff, but it's so good. But yes, Tim is correct. Hannibal is so good. But the reason why I said that was such a fucking roundabout thing that doesn't even matter anymore. But I'm going to say it anyway because it's in my brain. It's going to bother me. You were saying about recycling the bodies.
Oh,
There is, like, I think it's like the first episode where the killer has, like, buried the body. Spoiler alert, also disgusting. And mushrooms are, like, growing out of the body.
okay.
And honestly, it still to this day gives me nightmares.
Great, fantastic.
But it's
I'm
so
gonna look
it's
it up
really well
right
done.
after this.
It's well done. It's good. Because I don't normally I don't love body horror stuff, but I absolutely will read it.
You don't like body horror stuff, and yet you have read Cat Food multiple times.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
good. But it's a good kind of body horror though, because there's like some element of justice to it, and that it's like they have to do it, otherwise they'll die, or they might die. But also justice. Like, I don't know. It's hard. I don't like body horror for the sake of it. And I don't like things like the Saw franchise, for example, because it doesn't bring me any entertainment. I just think that's fucking horrendous. I don't want to watch this. Whereas if it's part of, like,
the first one I thought was all right, but that had a storyline to it. The most recent ones, it's like they come up with the kills and then they're like, we have to think of a storyline. Which, although I have seen some really good like camera shots that they've done and like physical effects and stuff like that, which I appreciate, but from a technical standpoint, but
it also has to be. I get why people like them, but I'm not.
Yeah,
no thanks. Anyway, so we've already talked about its importance, that you included a queer couple in this particular book. Do you think that you could have had the same impact had you not have made that choice?
I think it could have in a way, but I think Elias always had to be a male character. I don't think if it was a female character, it would have the same impact.
I agree.
And I think it would have a different impact if Tommy was a female character.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure if it would have worked to the same degree if it had been a lesbian couple. Because of the way it's perceived in society. I really wanted to sort of look at the masculine angle, because a lot of my work is female led, and I would say this is in a way, because Pina is obviously the point of view character and who's a female character, but I don't know. When I was trying to come up with it, the characters, sometimes when you're coming up with a piece of work, you kind of know who the characters are before you start.
Yeah.
And I always knew it was Elias and Tommy. I couldn't imagine it a different way.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think Elias would always have been Elias, and
yeah. So I didn't mean to interrupt you. I think that's absolutely correct. Like when there are many writers in the chat right now, and I'm curious to know if you have the same thing, whether you have to actively choose who your characters are going to be or whether they just present themselves, because I think 9 times out of 10 they present themselves. Like I was writing something the other day and I was like, who the fuck is that? Like, I didn't intentionally pick somebody, but they appeared and I was like, well, they are integral to this plot, otherwise it falls apart. But I didn't choose them. And
it can be a bit of both. I know for me it can be a bit of both. Majority of the time they sort of come to me naturally, or I have the idea with a specific character in mind. But like for the script that I'm writing at the minute, it's very much based on a situation that happened. Well, I mean, it's based on a situation that happened to me. If you read the script at any point, none of what actually happens in the script did happen, but like it's based on it's
rooted in it. Yeah.
And so I deliberately designed those characters as sort of tokens of the people who were involved in it. But I think it's then been a lot more difficult to work on because of that.
Yeah. It's really hard to make adjustments, I think. It is for me. I don't know if you find the same. When you've written something or if you have the idea of the story in your head, sometimes it's really hard to I don't know, change the narrative so that it works, because sometimes like your desire for like a certain aspect to be in it is really, really strong, and it takes me a long time to reconcile that.
For The Good Ship Verdun, I had this character who was like a podcaster, and like a bit of like a hipster, you know, that kind of dickhead person.
Was it based on me?
It was not based on you. No. I knew you were going to do that.
It's because I've got aviators and a turtleneck on.
No, this is as someone who I did work with briefly, and then I was writing it as a book, and he didn't work in the context of the book. So I was like,
Okay.
right, you're gone.
Mhm.
And I felt weird about it.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's better for the story overall. And then when I started writing it as a script, I did a first draft. It didn't work. I was like, right, how is, like, there's got to be a way I can make this story work, or I have to give up on it after this.
Mhm.
And so I was like, right, we'll do a found footage and we'll see, and we'll do the overarching, like, and it's a true crime podcast.
Mhm.
And he's come back and now he makes
Amazing.
sense.
That's great.
Yeah. I was like, I just need to be in a different context sometimes.
Well, Holmes has said that she never chooses their characters, that they reveal themselves to her as she writes. So I think that's very,
very George Martin.
We do have a Womble-based question, but
Okay.
I feel like it is very relevant to this book.
All right, we'll allow it.
So, if your cat characters were Wombles, who would they be? That's a very good question.
I mean, my first immediate thought was Artichoke is Great Uncle Bulgaria.
Mm.
I think he aligns a lot with Great Uncle Bulgaria. I think Pina Colada would be Wellington. Wellington's a very sort of shyer character. He's canonically a younger Womble as well. Biscuit eludes me. I felt like Benoit Blanc as I said that. Compels me though.
You look like him too.
I think Biscuit would probably be Madame Cholet, who is sort of like a more maternal character within the Wombles, and I think Biscuit does sort of take that on towards Pina, whereas I think Artichoke is very much like, oh, there is a child here, and I'm not happy about it.
Do you have a favorite cat from your book?
How am I supposed to say that? They're all just right there.
I can't hear you.
They're clay. I do have a favourite, but it feels mean to say I have a favourite.
It's Artichoke.
It is Artichoke. I had so much fun with Artichoke. I don't know what it is. I think because Artichoke's arc was very satisfying to write. And I think also because he sort of he's meant to be a reflection of, I don't know what I can say without spoiling it, but he's supposed to be a reflection of like radicalism in a way.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is very topical considering the rise of reform in the UK, but I'm not going to talk about politics.
This is a safe space. So please don't bring that in here. No, we're on
Although what I will say,
on the same page.
turned up to my house the other day.
Love that for you.
Everybody's names and addresses written on a piece of paper, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you're breaking data protection laws. And they were like, no, because we're not sharing it. And I was like, yeah, and what if you drop it? Like, oh, we didn't think of that. Of course you didn't think of it.
Ew. That's disgusting. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
And I told them off.
I'm so proud of you.
I was like, they were like, let's talk about politics. I was like, how about you get out?
Like, you don't want to do that.
No.
You don't want to do that.
You don't want to talk to me.
Stop throwing clay cats at them.
Not my cats, because Phoebe doesn't really care about other humans other than her humans. So she will just not engage. And Einstein is scared of literally everything.
I did say clay cats.
Yeah, clay cats. Artichoke.
They're pointy.
Me.
Yeah.
Einstein's scared of the wind, so that sort of gives you more of his personality.
Oh, that's cute. What happens if you fart?
Weirdly enough, he's all right with farts, but he's been having some terrible ones lately.
Oh, maybe he just feels more comfortable now.
Yeah, that's so bad. It's gotten to the point where he's blaming like my dad. Like we'll be like, oh my god, there's a smell. What's the smell? And Einstein will just go,
wow, what a little shitbag.
Yeah. So you know it's him.
So I'm gonna reel it back to your book now.
Oh, you probably should, yeah.
So when I first read this, it did not have the epilogue.
No.
And I'm so glad you added it in.
It feels like it completed it.
Yes, I agree.
I have a wonderful beta reader called Nessie, who is
Hi,
on
Nessie.
my uni course. I don't know if she's here because I forgot to tell her.
Anyway.
She did watch Josh's interview the other day, actually,
nice.
which was really nice. So she sent me all these texts, and I was like, "What's going on?" And they'd found her and her partner Xander had found it and was texting me updates. I just didn't realize they were watching it.
That's nice.
But she read it and she went, "There's just one thing I want, and I just desperately need to know this." And I was like, "I don't know if it works. I don't know if because it's from a different perspective. It's not from Pina Colada's perspective." And I was like, "I don't know if it works." And she went, "I'll just write it. Just write it for me." And I was like, "Okay, I'll write it for you."
Mhm.
And I wrote it and I sent it to her. And as I was writing it, I was like, "No, she's right.
Yeah.
It makes it."
Yeah, I agree. I think I like a POV shift. I like it chapter to chapter because I'm a maniac, but I think that was a very important zoom out big picture moment. It was very much like, when you get that satisfying end to a film where you kind of just see what happens to everybody so that you have that resolution, because
I love those, and they seem so much of their time, of a certain time period of film. But I like that we're getting films like the Knives Out series, and they give a little bit like what happens after. Because I'm fundamentally very nosy.
Me too.
So.
Yeah, I love a cliffhanger. Let me
I like
the
cliffhanger if it's done well.
Yes, yeah, and I don't mind having to write the ending myself. That's fine. But I do like to know sometimes, what they're doing now. That's how it goes through my head. Is like, what they're doing. But no, I think that was a really, really good choice, and thank you, Nessie, because that was a great piece of feedback.
She's been such a fantastic supporter. Her and Xander have been such big supporters of cat food since they found out about it. They found out about it in February because we all go to Sweden for our course, and we had to make a declaration. And I was like, right, my pre-order for cat food is going to be up by this time. And Nessie was like, give me book right now. So, and then she fixed the whole book for me. So I did put, I think I put it in the acknowledgements that I'm just double checking, because what did I write? It's a long time ago now, but I did thank the students of my course. And then I put in here, just to be clear, I will assert that I chose to publish it because it's a sort of inside joke between us all.
That's very cute.
When a load of them pre-ordered it, which was really lovely, and then when they opened it up, they were like, "I see what you've done."
That's cute. I like that. I'm glad that you have that kind of community within your course as well, because you definitely seem to have had a lot of really positive encouragement, and it does go some way in sort of pushing you to do certain things and put yourself out there and take chances and stuff.
I mean, I don't think I would have done nearly half the things I've done this year.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been for them, cat food wouldn't be out. Cat food would probably still be in the computer. I don't think Hypochondria, I would have come back with a paperback with that.
Yeah, that's awesome. This is a great question. What is your favorite subgenre of horror?
Ooh.
We'll start off with that first, because there are 3 questions.
I am fascinated. I'm not a religious person at all. I'm fascinated with it from an academic standpoint, and I'm very fascinated with religious horror. I don't just mean Christian horror, because I think when you think religious, it tends to be Christianity. But I've seen some. Oh,
what?
I could hear myself, and I was like, "Oh God!"
Oh,
but I've seen some fascinating horrors from different religions. Obviously, pagan horror, I very much wrap up in religious horror as well. So, I I could talk about different subgenres because when I was doing my degree in film studies, I specialized in genre and then I specialized in horror. So I could talk about genre all day, but I'm fascinated by religious horror.
Mhm,
Less so like the I like the really interesting ones where it's not just an exorcism.
mhm.
I like and I also really like secret societies and stuff like that. I'm
Yeah.
fascinated by those. Anything that I can sort of glom onto, you know.
Have you read Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle?
No, I'm so behind on everything. I've just been to the Women's Prize last week and they gave me 5 new books. I have a giant bookshelf literally over there, which is full of books to read. I've
Mhm.
got ARCs to read. I'm so behind on everything, but I will still ask for books for my birthday.
That's ask for Camp Damascus. It's
Okay,
it's
that's
very
on my list.
I'm obsessed with this stuff. It's so good. But that is a religious, like, culty horror. And it's like conversion camp based, which is fab. It's really good.
I think with religious horror, it's very easy to do badly, but when it's done
Mhm.
well, it's like so good.
It's very good. It's very good. But anyway, next question. Which of your projects or booked? I put a T in there for no reason. Which of
Booked.
your projects or booked is your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite one.
Well, that's got to be a lie. I'm calling bullshit. What's your favorite?
I think, I mean, weirdly, I think every book is my favorite at the time because I wouldn't be working on it if I didn't love the project in some way, even though Cat Food was a pain in the ass to write.
Mhm.
Um, Once it clicked, I was like, I love these characters so much.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
I
do
don't really,
feel that was a cop out of an answer, but I'll let you have
yeah,
it.
hypochondria.
Uh,
Hypochondria, okay. But I think that's because that's so personal,
yes.
and I I don't think I could have done more with hypochondria at the time,
Mhm.
but now I'm sort of I'm a year out. I'm 18 months away from diagnosis, and I'm sort of like I've come to terms that you know I am going to be like this for the rest of my life, and now I'm angry.
Yeah.
I want to write more about it,
Mhm.
but like I think as an author, you do. I think every project you work on at the time has to be your favorite, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It does. It
'Cause
does.
otherwise, why are you working on it?
Mhm. To prove a point to yourself.
Yeah, I
That's
can write this cat about this book about cats eating the man.
They ate a man. Yes. And the final question from Ellen Holmes is, how does one join your fan club?
I suppose you could follow me on Substack
Yeah.
or just do what Saffron does and follow me in real life. But if you do
I'm
that, you will have to just be careful because I am very slow. And, sometimes I walk with a stick,
Oh,
and you will have to hang
weapon.
back a little bit because it does take me a while.
Okay. No, note to the stalkers.
Yeah. Um,
Watch out. She's got
Sometimes
a
it's
stick.
frustrating. I get that. I'm frustrated too. Um, or you could just follow me on Substack.
Probably safer and less creepy.
Probably, but you know, I'm
So,
not after a horror authors.
well, do you feel that we've mentioned everything that you wanted to talk about in regards to cat food before I move on to the next thing? I feel like we have included what's
I
yeah.
think I have because otherwise I'm going to get very political very quickly, and I don't think that's a good idea.
Let's turn on our heels, and I would like to talk about your contribution to the Rings of Adventure anthology.
I feel like such an imposter in that Discord group.
You're not, so I'm in
Yeah.
it. that might
Well,
that
I
should
read
be
your
better.
story. Your story is fantastic.
It is
I
it's
mine
sick, actually. I'm quite proud of
I
it.
have taken the prompt and I have interpreted it. I've I've sort of squinted at it and been like, "Yeah, it's there." Um, but my
That was the point, though. It
yeah,
wasn't to have like. So the theme is rings for anyone that's not aware, and this will be a Kickstarter hardcover exclusive, which goes live on September 1st. and I will put a link to it in the description of this episode in case you guys are curious or if you want to support the Kickstarter, which
There
is
is
very nice.
so much talent.
A lot of them are in the chat, actually. But it is...
Not why I'm saying it. You're all so talented, and I'm jealous of you all.
It's going to be a really good collection.
It really is,
It's a really good collection because
and also I'm there.
Authors, and also Sarah's there.
Yeah.
We have horror authors, romance authors, although I don't think there are many romance stories, if at all. We've got fantasy authors, sci-fi authors, and it's whoever the person is that is writing the story is their interpretation of the brief. So it wasn't necessarily like actual physical rings because the theme is rings. For example, Sarah, yours are
graffiti.
Amazing. Mine is the ringing of a telephone. So it's going to be a really fun collection of stories. And can you tell us? Are you allowed to tell us a little bit about it? I don't know if we're allowed.
I mean, I'm going to. Like, what's going to happen is Mike Wellman going to hunt me down.
He might. He travels a bit.
He will get distracted by something in the UK. He'll wander into Tesco and be lost. I don't know.
He'll be looking for the clotted cream.
The clotted cream, yeah. If you're listening, Mike, if you come over, I will find you some proper clotted cream. I'm pretty sure.
I doubt he's watching this.
He's not watching this. I'm pretty sure he bought milk. But my story, it's set in Aberdeen, which is a really beautiful city, and it's sort of mystery based around this Scandinavian detective called Sarsen and his friend, who is a homeless man called Rab. And I got very attached to both of them.
I like it.
And changed my story halfway through because I missed them.
Oh, that's cute. That's nice.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel weird about my story, but I think it's the imposter syndrome, you know, because everyone's is so good.
Okay, why do you feel weird about it though? Is it the
giving feedback because I was like getting so in my head? I was like, this is good. This is really good.
Okay, so it's a comparative uncomfortable feeling, not like it
I feel
like
like
an actual thing. You
my way in, but you know,
you were asked to be a part of it.
I was asked, yes.
Yeah,
I got a very weird message,
and you have not been asked to leave.
Not yet.
So,
not yet.
We'll see if we both make the final cut.
I'll be like, Mike, can we have my story go out on my birthday?
Oh, you should.
Like a reverse birthday present.
Like that U2 album.
Oh my god, yeah. I was so confused when that happened.
Me too. And I'm like, I used to love U2. That pissed me off.
Yeah.
I used to listen to them on tape on road trips. Wow. Big fan of U2 when I was a kid.
We on road trips we had like 5 CDs and we would cycle through them. And everyone's favourite was the Shania Twain one.
I love that.
We'd all sing Man, I Think I'm a Woman. I Feel Like a Woman.
Man, I Think I'm a Woman.
At the top of our voices. We don't do that anymore.
We used to listen to Manic Street Preachers, U2, Stereophonics, I think, Pearl Jam, obviously. Yeah,
my mum ended up getting one of those big compilation ones because she was so sick of us like wanted to go back like for a certain song. And at the time it was like, yeah, this is our favorite song, and now I know I have to keep it on loop. I do this with music now. I'll find like I really like Noah Kahan's music, and he put out an album in April. I have not listened to the whole album yet because I find one song and then I have to loop it until I'm done. I don't know how long that's going to be.
Yes, it is a moment of being done with the song. I'm exactly the fucking same. At the moment, is that your what is your like obsession song at the moment?
Orbiter by Noah Kahan on the Great Divide album.
Nice. Mine is Dinosaur Pile Up thrash metal cassette.
That sounds incredible. I don't know it, but
it's really good.
I thought you were going to say Dinosaur Laser Fight for a second, and I was like, yeah, that was mine for a while.
At one point, it was a fucking Electric Six song. Dance Commander. That's a good song too. But anyway, yeah. So I feel you there, and I'm going to get us back on track again. Because there are a couple more things that we need to talk about before I let anybody leave.
Because
So
someone needs to keep us on track. It's not going to be me.
it's rarely me. So on the 24th of July at 6 p.m., we have the next episode 2 of the Booked Selection Box, which is hosted by this guy. It's hosted by Sarah. I'm the one lurking in the bushes, doing all the clicking about and stuff. And we have some incredible authors doing readings of their work. So I think we have 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think we've got
At the
6 or 7.
moment, which
Yeah.
we will be announcing a little bit later because we're just
I'm
confirming
so
things.
excited by this lineup. Like the last one was so exciting. This one's so exciting.
We're banging it out with the lineups. I'm really pleased. It's
And
going to be so good.
It's such a privilege to be able to sit there and listen to these people tell their stories as well. I did this the entire time. I think at one point I zoned out of some people's readings because I was like, I can't believe I get to sit here and listen to people read live. And then I was like, listen to them read live then, you idiot.
Yeah.
But it was such a fun evening, and this one's going to be such a fun evening.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's at 6
very
p.m.
late for me. I think it's midnight for me.
It is, yeah. So
but
midnight Friday, the 24th
yes,
of July. Or if you are in CST, it's 6 p.m. If you're in EST, it's 7 p.m. Use Google. I can't do all of them.
Midnight of the 25th for UK viewers.
Yes. But you can also go to the YouTube channel for Booked and have a look at the live. Scroll down and click notify me, and it will let you know when it starts. So
also the selection box is also great to watch on catch up as well, because you catch things up. You can re-listen to all the stories and stuff.
It's so much fun. I'm so glad that we started doing it, and it's so cool to see you hosting my show because I don't have to do anything. No, I do, but it's really nice to see it from behind the scenes. That's been a lot of fun.
I really like that we're doing it this year as well, because in the UK we're celebrating the National Year of Reading. So
nice.
It feels like the more we can do to push indie authors out there and get people reading their work, it feels like a public service in a way.
Oh, that's nice.
But then again, I am that person who goes around to different events. And I'm like, have you read this book yet by this person? Like, I'm so annoying.
That's good though. That's what we need, is people being a bit annoying.
Yeah. It was my own books I promoted, but we'll get there.
I thought all of the readings from the first selection box were fantastic. I still keep thinking about Cassidy's one. There was something about her pronunciation. I was like,
I keep thinking about the moment I said something about like caramel macchiatos, and she's like, "That's how you say it," and I was like, "Is that wrong?"
I don't know. So I say
it. Yeah, I don't know. Isn't it wonderful that we can experience different cultures over the internet?
I think she says it like caramel, which is not right.
I don't know. I was like, oh, I've messed this up. I don't drink coffee for medical reasons. So I was like, oh, I've messed this one up.
That's all right. Anyway, the readings were incredible. And I also put a couple of clips from the readings on the Idiosyncrasy Instagram, I think. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This lineup is sick. The last lineup was sick. The next lineup is going to be sick. So
yeah,
if anybody is interested in getting involved, just keep your eyes peeled, because if we do look for people, you'll be the first to know if you look at our like Twitters and stuff.
Yeah, probably message me. It's fine. I've got a list of names,
and we have been trying to like make it very varied. So there's like sci-fi, horror, romance. So we've tried to mix it up so that there's a bit of something for everyone. I think we have a poet.
A poet.
Yes, we have a poet.
Yes, which is exciting.
And their reading is going to be.
I'm so jealous of poets because I've never successfully done poetry. It's a very different form.
Yeah.
Very different cadence, and I've never been able to crack it. So
I think that's one of the reasons why Jan's work is so good.
Yeah.
He's a poet as well. I used to write poetry. There were haikus about my farts. I would call them haikus.
That's incredible.
Um,
I need a book immediately.
yes, I'll just fart in a book and hand it to you. No,
And send the licked ones that you've got as well.
yes, that's every book I will send out. I will lick. So before we announce the last thing, and you're going to want to watch this next bit, because we have a very fun, cool announcement in a minute. But I want to ask you the questions I always ask people at the end of the show. And the first one is, what does success look like to you, Sarah?
You know, I've been thinking about this one because I was going to be like, I'm going to sell 1 million books. But I think success changes as your career develops.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I'm doing now is what I've wanted to do for like since my undergraduate degree. I'm technically unemployed, but I'm a student and I'm sort of almost full-time writing at the minute. And this is kind of what I've always wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the sort of life that 15-year-old Sarah would have like been so excited about because like she wants to be an academic and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like now I'm like, yes, now I've hit this. What do I want to do next? And I have all these things that I want to do further on in life. I'd like to have a space where I can build like a community hub and do retreats and workshops and all sorts of things. I think it just sort of as it just sort of builds as your like world goes. And now I've got people telling me that I should be making films, and I'm like, maybe I can do that. You know, it's like it's not just like as much as I would love like fantastic sales, and I'd love to make films of my work and stuff like that. I think I've been getting so much fulfillment from my work, so much like emotional fulfillment,
Mm-hmm.
and I really want to end up giving that back. And so I'd love to do community work. I'd love to host creativity retreats and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that in the future. It's the long-term goal. Eventually I'd like to own somewhere I can do all of that as well, and sort of hopefully build like a community hub. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know when, but I'll get there at some point. I've gotten to a point now where I'm not like, oh, I can't do that. I'm very much like, okay, how do I do that?
I love that so much. That's really cool. And you will do it. I can absolutely see you doing that.
At some point, and then everyone's invited.
Oh, even me?
Well, it depends if you are going to fart inside. We have spoken about that.
I can't help it. It comes out. Just comes out. I can't help it. But okay, so the last question I'm going to ask you before we have this announcement that we decided we were going to do a few days ago.
Yes.
If you could go back to when you first started writing fiction and give yourself any advice, what advice would you give?
Well, when I started writing fiction, I was about 6 years old. So I think I've gone through quite a lot of periods in my life where I've stopped writing and then I've come back to it in different forms, and I've started and stopped so many times, and a lot of the time it's been, I mean, a lot of my life has been I get myself on track, I get knocked down, and then I have to rebuild myself back up.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent a very long time thinking, why can't I just do what society is sort of expecting of me?
Yeah.
Like what everyone's expecting of me. Why can't I do it? And now I'm kind of thinking like, why aren't I, like, I've now sort of gotten to a point where I'm like, I'm doing what I want to be doing, and is it sustainable long term? I don't know, but I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm taking so much from it. I've got so much fulfillment. I wish I just started it earlier. I wish I'd just sort of been like, no, I'm a creative person. I don't have to follow the whole like corporate line. That isn't going to work for me. My body's different, my mind is different, and so I am allowed to play into that strength.
Yeah. That's cool.
And to stop doing years with not writing, because it's not good for me mentally not to be writing for a long time.
There you go. Well, at least you know that about yourself now. And I think, like, I've known you for how long? Like a year and a half, maybe 2 years?
I think it's close to 2 years now.
A while. And you have just fucking exploded in like the best way. You have been taking on incredible challenges and doing so much. And I really hope that you can acknowledge the amount of work that you've put into your craft, because it's been really, really cool seeing you develop like this.
Even when I'm like, hey, can I do something on the channel? And you're like, it depends on what it is.
If you don't know, you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah. The way I see it now is I can ask, I already don't have that thing, you know? I can ask, they can say no, I still don't have that thing.
Mhm.
They say yes, now I've got the thing and I actually have to do some work,
Mhm.
which is what happened last time.
It's, you know what, it's not work if you enjoy it. I
No.
truly believe, and it seems like you're just having the best time at the moment. It's really cool to see your friends doing cool shit. And yes, same.
Yeah.
Favorite risk taker.
I don't even feel like I take. For me, a risk feels more like if I try and jump too high, you know, because my joints will shatter. But
Please, can you tell that story really briefly? Because getting those messages was just so funny.
the thing is, it was a ridiculous time of night for me. I need a lot more sleep because I'm disabled and I have chronic fatigue issues. But for some reason, I couldn't sleep, and I decided that now I was like, oh my god, I don't remember the last time I jumped. So I was like, and I was trying not to wake anyone else up in the house. And I was like, oh my god, I don't think I can jump. I have dislocations like happen in my knees and my hips all the time. And I was like, I don't think I can jump. And for some reason, it's like 1 a.m. my time. I should have been in bed like 4 hours ago. And I'm texting Saffron like, I've lost the ability to jump. Like, and I think at that point, it's like,
you're my friend, even though I can't jump.
I think at that point, like, go to bed. Like,
I'm pretty sure that not being able to jump must be a protected characteristic. I can't not be.
yeah, they won't give me Pip.
Oh god, that was it was just so funny to me to see that as a message. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
The problem is, Saffron, you have unlocked the level of friendship now with me where you just get any random thought I've ever had.
That's my favorite kind of friendship, though.
And unfortunately, it tends to be, why can't I jump? I can't jump because I have a dislocation disorder.
But look at the amount of joy I've had from that.
Yeah.
I cried a little
I mean,
bit twice.
in the morning, I went back and I reread that conversation and I was like, actually, that is quite funny. But at the time, it was very distressing that I couldn't jump.
I love that you wanted to tell me about it.
Yeah.
That
I
made
mean,
me
I have
feel-
gone to my physiotherapist since, and we are now working on making it so I can jump safely.
Ah, that's nice.
She did say to me, she's like, why did you think of this? I was like, I don't know. But
God, it's just so.
my physiotherapist is also hypermobile, so she also gets it, which
Yeah.
is nice.
That's good. I'm glad that you have such lofty goals.
Yes, learning to jump again. But I did relearn how to walk a couple of years ago. So
Jumping is not that far out of your reach. You just go.
no, I can lunge now and I can straighten my leg fully, whereas I
What?
couldn't because my kneecap was in the wrong place.
Oh, get you and your limbs.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I
very
can almost
exciting.
function like a normal person.
Fucking hell, calm down.
I know.
You're going to be unstoppable in 6 to 8 months.
I don't know because my average speed is slowing down. So
I mean, unstoppable. You don't have to be fast.
no,
You just can't be
I
stopped.
will get there eventually. Like, and when I do, you watch out.
Exactly. So this time has gone by very, very quickly.
Yes, because at least I haven't spent it speaking about blowfish again.
I thought it was blobfish.
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
But we're not doing that. We're not doing it. You told me not to let you, so we're going to do something else.
Yeah.
So you and I have been talking about doing a thing together, other than the
while as well.
ones. Yeah. And we finally decided what this thing is going to be. So we're about to announce something new. So prick up your ears.
I've been so excited about this since we decided.
Would you like to tell the lovely people what it is?
No, I think you should because I am going to mess it up.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So Sarah and I, once a month, are going to be getting together to do a live show. And I believe, if I'm getting the name right, called Anatomy of a Horror Film.
Yes.
You're going to be looking at different horror films every month. So from the perspective of 2 horror writers, I am looking at it from an entertainment perspective, but Sarah is a film analyst. So tell us what you're going to be giving to the party.
I'm going to be talking about a lot of analysis. So I'm going to be looking into like genre tropes, like things that affect the narrative, setting, lighting, cinematography, all sorts of things, sound design. I'm very excited about our first movie because our first movie is the first horror movie I ever watched. So it's been really nice to go back and have a look at that.
Are we going to tell them what it is?
I think we should.
Let's tell them. Okay, so the first, you can say what it is, but the first film that we're going to be looking at is going to be
The Descent from 2005, the Neil Marshall film, which is fantastic. I love it so much.
I still haven't watched it. I'm going to watch it in a couple of weeks.
I think that's good. I got really overexcited and have rewatched it, and then I've come up with all this analysis that I'm so excited to talk about. And I was like, no, Saffron has to talk at some point as well. This can't just be you blurting out stuff.
You're going to be carrying the team, I think, but I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, what did you think? You'll be like, we started 2 hours ago.
I'll be like, oh my God, we're still doing this. You should be in bed. Yes, it will be a pod. Well, I'd say a show. I'm going to call it a show because people get funny when you say podcast and it has video. It's going to have video. We're going to do it live because I don't want to have to edit stuff. Yes. So come and join us in the chat if you like horror and stuff, and maybe you'll learn about films.
We already have the YouTube channel set up,
yes,
which is at Anatomy of a Horror Film podcast.
I'll put the link in the description of this episode. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're just kind of doing it for ourselves, really. I feel like one of the things that we talked about when we decided that this was going to be the thing we did was this is going to be so helpful for us as horror writers to be able to look at the structure of films, because then we can apply it to our own creative processes as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
Yes, and first one is going to be the 10th of August.
Yes, thank you. We will also put out the time and all of the other information close to the time. If you look at our Twitters and things like that, you'll find information. But yeah, I'll put the link for the show in the description of this episode. There will also be links for Sarah's work. So if you've been interested in any of the work that we've talked about today, then please go check it out. I also put the QR code. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Go check out Cat Food. There's a QR code there, and there's going to be links below. I've made it very easy for you, so just go read it. Go read it. Go read the stuff. Go read Cat Food. Go read Hypochondria. Go read Mrs. Liberius. Just go read them, okay? Otherwise, Sarah will come and get you.
Just very, very slowly.
She will. She will. Thank you so much for being here today, Sarah. It's been so nice to hang out with you. This didn't feel professional in any way, and that was nice.
Yeah. I wonder if anyone got bingo.
I don't know. They disappeared, but that's okay. For those of you that watched the show live today, thank you so much for joining us today. If you're watching the recording, thank you so much for joining us today. If you're interested in reading any of Sarah's work, again, links, QR code. That's all you need to know. Or go follow Sarah on all social medias or in a bush. She's amenable to that. I'm going to click on the outro now, and I'm going to say goodbye. And Sarah, I will see you on the other side.
I'll see you.
Goodbye.